Okay, sum and difference of the cubes, we're factoring again. I can see that this looks a little different than what we've been doing. So first of all, we're going to use the sum formula because of the positive in the middle, 8x to the third plus 1. So we're going to use the sum formula. So right away, I'm just going to get this one out of here for a second because we're going to use the sum formula. And so now we have a leading coefficient of 8. The things that we've been looking at have just been like when a coefficient's been 1 out front. So like x to the third plus 1, or x to the third minus 27, things like that. So now we have an 8 out in front. And so let's look at that. You're going to do the same exact thing. You're going to find the a value of 8x to the third. So the a value here is going to be 2x, and that's because the cube root of 8 is 2x. And for the b value, the b value here is 1. So the cube root of 1 really is just 1, right? So we're just going to say a is 2x and b is 1, and we're going to do the same exact thing we've been doing. First thing you're going to do is add them together. So here we're going to add them together, and you're going to get 2x plus 1. That's this part of the formula. Then I'm going to square the first term and get 4x squared. I'm going to multiply them together and get 2x. And I'm going to square the last term, which will be 1. I'm going to put in plus, minus, plus. So I have the plus, minus, plus. And there's your answer. I want to keep in mind that when you square this term up here, please make sure you put it in parentheses and get 4x squared. A lot of you will get 2x squared, and that's not going to be okay. Make sure you put it in parentheses. Next one, 8x to the third minus y to the third. Now we have two variables, and it's still the same exact thing. This is going to be a difference problem, so I'm going to ignore the sum formula for a second. And I'm going to find 8x to the third. I'm going to find the a value. It's going to be 2x. It's going to be 2x because 2x times 2x times 2x is really 8x to the third. So the a value is 2x. The b value is going to be y because y times y times y is y to the third. So your a value is going to be 2x, and your y value is going to be, your b value is going to be y. And it's subtraction, so the first thing you're going to do is subtract 2x minus y. First thing, that's this part of the formula. Then we're going to square it, multiply them together, and square it again. So I'm going to square it and get 4x squared. I'm going to multiply them together. I'm going to get 2xy. And then I'm going to square this at the end. And I know that it's minus plus plus, so it's minus plus plus. And there's your answer. Next one. 64x to the third is going to be 4x times 4x times 4x. So I know the cube root is 4x. For 27y to the third, I know it's 3y times 3y times 3y, and so 3y will be your b value. Okay, so your a is 4x, and your b is 3y. I'm going to use the difference formula here because we have subtraction and subtraction. So again, I'm just going to ignore the sum formula for a minute. And so I'm going to say, here's the first part, a minus b, 4x minus 3y. So 4x minus 3y, that's the first part. Then I'm going to square them, multiply them together, and square it. So I'm going to square this and get 16x squared, because 4x squared is 4x times 4x, which is 16x squared. I'm going to multiply them together and get 12xy. Multiply them together. Then I'm going to square 3y and get 9y squared, because 3y squared is really 3y times 3y, which is 9y squared. And I'm just going to put my signs, minus, plus, plus. I got the minus and a plus and a plus, and there's your answer.